This is the sham of an election that is called the Rivers State Local Government Election that was held on Saturday, 30th of August 2025. This is what the election is all about. Open, broad daylight rigging. Massive institutional collapse. This is what we are saying. This is what they are showing to the international community. This is what they are telling the world, that this is how our democracy looks like. This is coming barely 2 weeks after Canada declared APC and PDP a terrorist organization for massive vote rigging, massive voter suppression, massive destruction of Nigeria's economy. APC replied Canada that the APC is not a terrorist organization, but they went ahead to endorse this massive rigging, broad daylight rigging, broad daylight stealing of the people's mandate. But you need to recall that what we are experiencing in Rivers State is an unconstitutional election. A local government election has already been held in Rivers State when Similaye Fubara was still in office, but that election was overturned by the judiciary and a new election was scheduled after an administrator was installed. An unconstitutional administrator was installed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In a democratic setting, an unconstitutional administrator that was not elected by the people is going ahead to conduct an election of local government that will represent the people. And at the end of these fraudulent activities, APC was declared the winner of this election, having cleared 20 out of 23 local government areas in Rivers State. APC has never won an election in Rivers State before. APC has never been seen anywhere near Rivers State election, but all of this is happening because democracy in Rivers State was truncated, because the former governor in Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has decided to be in bed with APC. That is the reason why you're seeing all manner of illegality going on in Rivers State. Rivers State has been a hotbed topic of political instability since the end of the 2023 general election. First, it was the will of the people being truncated in the presidential election when the former governor of Rivers State openly and brazenly rigged the Rivers State presidential election for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having rigged out Mr. Peter Obi in that election. Document available on the public domain shows that Mr. Peter Obi won in Rivers State, but INEC declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the 2023 presidential election in Rivers State. Then came Nyesom Wike and his pro-chief Similaye Fubara, whom he installed in power. After a few months in power, Similaye Fubara fell out with Nyesom Wike. The reason for the fallout between Nyesom Wike and Similaye Fubara is being reported that Nyesom Wike wants to be controlling Rivers State resources and structure. Being the minister of FCT in Abuja, he wants to be deciding to the governor what ought to be and what ought not to be in Rivers State, and the governor could not take it. That was the reason why they fell apart. Rivers State, a state that boasts of almost 2 million registered voters and a state that also boasts of high economic value, is a hot state for any presidential candidate in Nigeria. As long as you can control Rivers State, you can control the resources and the structure of Rivers State. That will enable you to win an election in Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is aware of it, Nyesom Wike is aware of it. That's the reason why Nyesom Wike used Rivers State as a bargaining chip to get the ministerial slot under Bola Ahmed Tinubu as an FCT minister. When Similaye Fubara fell out with Nyesom Wike knew that every bargaining chip he has under his control is gone. If he doesn't deliver Rivers State to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 and ensure that Bola Ahmed Tinubu becomes the president beyond 2027, he's gone. His political career is dead. That was the beginning of the political instability in Rivers State. And as someone that is close to the president, rather than allowing democracy to thrive in Rivers State, rather than allowing the governor, the chief security officer in Rivers State, to do what he has the power, to do what the constitution has mandated him to do, Bola Ahmed Tinubu unconstitutionally removed the governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, and installed an administrator. According to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the reason for declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State is to restore peace and order in Rivers State. But ever since that state of emergency was declared in Rivers State, peace and order has never returned in Rivers State. Rivers State has been in comatose. Rivers State has been stagnated. It is a one-man show. Nyesom Wike is now the one running the show in Rivers State. Of course, there has been a peace that has been brokered between Similaye Fubara and Nyesom Wike by the president. But that peace comes with a mandate, and the mandate is that the will of the people will be truncated. A local government election ought to be conducted by an unconstitutional administrator. These people are setting aside our constitution. These people are violating our constitution because they want to rig Rivers State. They want to have access to Rivers State. The local government election that was conducted because they want to put the foot soldiers that will help to rig Rivers State for APC in 2027. Local government was created to be closer to the people. For you to rig any election successfully in Nigeria, you need the local government chairman. These are the rigging structure. This was the structure that Similar Ifubara took away from Nyesom Wike, and that was the reason for the political crisis in Rivers State. In order to restore the structure back to Nyesom Wike, they had to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State and ensure that APC has a smooth sail to the structure in Rivers State. Nyesom Wike has successfully handed over the structure and Rivers State to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At what price?
Of course, what it means that I do know that by 18th of September, that the state of emergency will expire, and then that will mean that the state governor and the state assembly will come back to their job, and they will have representatives at the grassroots level. Remember, the Supreme Court had nullified the other election, and so if this election was not conducted, it will mean that there will be no representative at the grassroots level, which would not be, acceptable by the people of Rivers State. So, having done this, then the coast is clear for the state of emergency to be lifted, meaning that the local government has representatives, the state government has its own elected representatives. So we're good to go.
That is Nyesom Wike after the election. You can see that all this was planned. For peace to be restored in Rivers State, the structure of Rivers State needs to be given back to Nyesom Wike and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, all the men loyal to Nyesom Wike has been strategically placed in all the local government areas in Rivers State. It is not to serve the people. It is not to bring even development to the people. All of this is just to ensure that 2027 presidential election will be delivered to APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In order to do that, they need to commit an open electoral heist. This is the APC method of winning an election in Nigeria. This is APC's strategy. And this is the reason why Canada declared APC a terrorist organization. Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president in May 2023. He had the opportunity, 2 years plus, to get into the mind of Nigerians, to assuage the pains of the people, to alleviate the suffering of the people. But rather than doing all of that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has exacerbated the pain, the plight, the hunger in the land. The people are going through the most excruciating pain in the history of this country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu left actual governance to politics. He has been involved in playing politics with the life and the plight of the people. They are so insensitive to the plight of the people. In the midst of all of this, the handlers of the president are saying that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best president in the history of this country, and they are overly confident that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to win re-election in 2027. And we begin to ask, in what way will Bola Ahmed Tinubu win re-election in 2027? What has he done to warrant the people to vote for him in 2027? Nigerians massively rejected Bola Ahmed Tinubu vehemently in 2023 when he has not unleashed anti-people policies on them. Now that he has gone ahead to unleash anti-people policies on Nigeria for over 2 years since he has been in office, is it when the people are going to embrace and vote for him? Absolutely no. The reason why they are so confident of Bola Ahmed Tinubu winning the 2027 presidential election is because they are not planning on conducting an election. What they are planning to do is what they are showing you in Rivers State. Look at the off-cycle election that was conducted in Kogi, Imo, Edo, and Ondo State. Every one of them was nothing but electoral heist. The by-election that was recently conducted was monetarily induced. People were being given money to sell off their vote. It was highly vote buying. It shows you that all the anti-people policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu were deliberate, sabotage the economy, reduce the purchasing power of the people, reduce their quality of life, make them poorer. So on the day of the election, you can simply buy off their vote as much as 10,000 naira. Of course, they know that many people will not sell their vote, so they need to devise a new rigging method. That's the reason why you began to hear a wave of defection across the country. Politicians from other political parties decamping to APC and endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you think these people are endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best thing after sliced bread? Do you think they are endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu because Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done more for the people? Do you think they are endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu because Bola Ahmed Tinubu has lived up to the expectation? No, they are endorsing Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that they can also become beneficiary of the rigging machine of the APC. That is all. As long as they can help the president to win the presidential election, the president will equally help them to win their gubernatorial and other public office election. In an attempt to consolidate power, in an attempt to rule beyond 2027, our democracy has been destroyed in our very own eyes. INEC has begun the PVC registration. Is PVC going to help? Will PVC be useful in the 2027 general election? It was not useful in 2023. And of course, it is not going to be useful in 2027. They know that they are not going to use the INEC glitch that happened in 2023 in 2027. They are devising another means. This is a wake-up call to all Nigerians. Enough is enough. We can't fold our hands and allow these rogue politicians to continue plundering and destroying our land. We can't allow them to continue disgracing us in the face of the international community. We can't fold our hands to continue seeing them get away with all their impunity. We are practicing democracy. Democracy is the will of the people, not the will of the judiciary, INEC, and few privileged politicians. The will of the people must stand. Enough is enough. We must all rise up together and ensure that in 2027, APC does not get away with their rigging plan. APC does not get away with this impunity. We must put our hands together and ensure that we chase APC out of power. What exactly has APC given us? They have succeeded in destroying this country. Enough is enough. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.